Hi Flosstube, I'm Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. And this is my channel all about cross stitch. So this is number 6, Flosstube number 6. So I've got a few things to show you. I've got a finish, an FFO, a couple of new starts, my whip go pieces for June that I worked on and not finished them, but as in finished my challenge for the numbers, and a couple of other whips as well. Then I've got some haul, some happy mail, and lots of plans. So let's get right in, shall we? So I had one little finish. I am behind with my monthly calendar pieces. So if you've been here before, you know that I'm doing the La Finestra del Tempo monthly calendar pieces. And I started back in November so that January would be finished for January. Anyway, got behind with that. Then I managed to catch up. So I think in April I'd got them all done up to April, and including April was finished in April, or maybe even the end of March. So I was all on track, and then, I don't know, started May and lots of other shiny new things came along, and it got put on the back burner. But May is now finished. So here is May. I don't think I made any changes to this one. No. So this is the May month of La Finestra del Tempo, which I believe means Windows of Time, and it's by Crocetta Go-Go. I'll put a link below to her Etsy shop. And this is on 32 count, so I got Murano even weave in light taupe with all the called for DMC. So it's really sweet. I posted my finish of this on Instagram, and then the next day I realised I hadn't actually put the back stitch on the fox's face, the whiskers and so on. So I had to do it, and then I did put a story on saying I literally finished it but not actually finished it. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And that's that one. And then the FFO is, I joined the mystery stitch along that was from Caterpillar Cross Stitch called Enchanted Realms, and it's the last part has just been released. But after part 1 I wasn't very keen on the next few parts, so I sort of waited till 2 or 3 more parts had come, and just realised that I wasn't going to stitch any more of it because it just wasn't really my thing. But I had completed part 1, which was the dragons, so I didn't really want to just throw it away or leave it languishing in a bag, because what would be the point of that? I'm not going back to it. So I just finished, I mean, you can see I haven't fully finished as such, just finished it into a little hoop. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I just had this little hoop in my stash. When I bought the hoop that I used for the Woodland Whimsies that I showed you last month, I bought 2 or 3 different colours to see which colour would be best. And this was green apparently, but it's quite a sort of tealy green. It wasn't really the green I was expecting it to be, so that wasn't suitable for that. But I thought, well, that's fine, it can go in the stash. And anyway, I think it just works perfectly for this. So, and this was on 32 count, so I got Murano even weave in slate blue, which I think was their called for if you used even weave, and then the called for DMCs for those little dragons in the mountains. So yeah, just need to tie in the back, but otherwise that's done. So then I had a couple of new starts this month. I have no business having new starts. I've got plenty of whips, but you know, these things happen. So my lovely friend Charlie Feathers, she's on Instagram and YouTube as well, so you can go and check her out, sent me a pattern to cheer me up. And she sent me this, which is so cute. Spring Ring by Alicia Paulson, and her designer name is Posy. Those are the details there. So she sent it, and I just immediately started it. So it's on the same fabric actually as the dragons, 32 count slate blue Murano even weave. And I just got the little sheep and the little hill done. So now obviously I've just got to pop the ring of flowers around the outside, and that'll be done. This was one of the other hoops that I bought when I bought the others for Woodland Whimsies. And I think this one, it might stay in this as an FFO when it's done, or be readjusted if it's not in the right position once it's finished. But I think colour wise it's quite good. There's some darker pinks in some of the flowers that go around, so I think this will be quite nice for that. I don't usually work in a hoop. I prefer Q-snaps, or I don't mind a Nerge hoop if the whole design will fit in it. I don't want to put the Nerge hoop over my stitches. I know plenty of people do, it's just I just don't want to. So I don't normally work in a hoop, but I didn't have anything that was kind of the right size, and I just thought, actually, if I just do it in this hoop, if it then fits in the hoop and it looks okay, then it can stay in as an FFO. So we'll see how we get on with that. So that was one. And then the other new start is the La Finestra del Tempo calendar pieces June. So I started June. So let's push it in a little bit so you can see there, because it's sort of a picture. You get 4 charts. You get 4 months in one chart, if you like. So that's going to be the June one. So I think I am going to make a couple of changes, but we'll see how we go with it. So far, mine looks like this. So quite good. And tomorrow is the last day of June, and I might get some stitching done this afternoon. Today is, I should have said, today is Saturday the 29th of June. So if I can get some more done on this afternoon, and then tomorrow, you never know, it could actually be finished in June, but I think that might be a slightly lofty goal, but we'll see. But I really like the colours in this. I like the shades of red that are used and the pinks. And then there's going to be this little dog with his little blue necktie, which I think just kind of breaks up all that pink and red and white, which is really nice. So yeah. So watch this space, we'll see. I'll post on my Instagram if I get it done in June. Don't hold your breaths. So that's finishes, FFO and new starts. So then the Whip Go numbers for June for me were Reaching Skyward by Modern Folk Embroidery, and a little piece that I'm calling Adventures with You, which were little camping cards, I think they were actually called in the magazine, that were from, I think they're Doreen Jones designs, and they were in, I want to say cross stitcher. I'll look at it when it comes. And my goals for myself for Whip Go are, when any of the numbers are called, I work on it 2 evenings of stitching and 1 weekend day. So say Thursday, Friday night and all day Saturday. An all day Saturday might be all day if I've got nothing on and we're not going anywhere, or it might not be. It might still only be a couple of hours like an evening stitch. It just depends. But they're my goals to myself, which I know I can achieve. So I didn't want to say, oh, I'll do 1,000 stitches on this or so many hours on that. That just isn't achievable for me. And I didn't want to, I want to be able to say I've completed it rather than, oh, I couldn't get that done this month and it be a chore. So I put my 12 oldest whips on my Whip Go twice. So they're all going to come up at some point twice. And it's just moving them on. None of those whips would probably have got, well, they wouldn't have got worked on this year without doing those few hours of Whip Go. And actually it's surprising how much you can get done, to be honest. So this is Reaching Skyward. So when Jacob released this, he released this pattern, and then he released other motifs that you could do, so like almost like a second pattern. So if you notice the difference at the top, there's reindeer on one, there's swans on the other, and the other little details are a bit different. So you can see on some of these there's bits highlighted where I've chosen the bits and bobs of each one that I prefer. So I am doing the deer and this top bit, but then I think my centre motif in there is going to be from the alternative design, for example. I've also made the decision as well that I am only going to stitch it to here. So probably that one would be a better. So only going to do this top part. So I have started in the top corner, and so I've got part nearly all the way across but not complete, down the side, and then I've been working on this bit, as I'll show you in a second. But instead of doing the whole chart, I am just going to work to there where there's sort of a good cut-off point, if you like. Do all the, you know, the motifs down the sides and so on, and then bring the border down to a certain level, probably a couple of stitches down, and then copy the border that's across the top and make it go across the bottom. So it is going to be a good third, at least, of the pattern. But I just don't love the rest of it like I did perhaps when it first came out. And I've got so many things on, and I just think actually if I can do that, I think it will look really nice. So I'll have to put in a picture here of what it looked like before I started working on it for Whip Go. And then you'll be able to see that actually I did get quite a bit of progress, to be honest. So this is where it is now. I can hold it back. So during the Whip Go time, I did put in, I think, one of these, all of this centre motif and the birds and some of the sort of line across there, line across the bottom, and then this pillar I filled in and the sort of motif design down the side. So it actually got quite a bit of work done on it, to be honest, and you'll be able to see that when you see the before photo. I'll just bring it in a bit. So I did slightly adapt this middle tree. My husband said he could see a pattern in the original design, and I said, I just can't see a pattern. It just looks too haphazard, too random. I don't really like random. I don't like haphazard. I like symmetry and I like, you know, straight lines and pattern. So I just kept saying, oh, I can't say, oh, it's not working for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to change it. I don't want to do the other thing and blah, blah, blah. So in the end, he worked out that there was two, because some of them are these sort of triangle bits are blue and some are sort of in the gold colour. Some of them to us should have been the opposite way around. So basically that's what I did. But it turned out how I wanted it to, and it looks fine in the end. Well, hopefully. But yeah, that's Reaching Skyward. Okay, put that on there. Please don't fall off. And then the other Whip Go number, like I said, were the little cards from, oh, it doesn't say on here. I'll have to pop it across the bottom. I think it's a cross stitcher. Might be issue 399, something like that. But I'll pop it on the screen so you can, so you know. And yeah, they were called camping cards. So there was more than one design. I've only printed a larger version of this one because this is the one I'm doing, which is why I call it Adventures with You. But there were various others. There was, you know, little tent scenes and so on. They were all really sweet. So I'm just doing that one. I'm going to leave off this little dog because we don't have a dog. So it's just going to be me and my husband walking in the Peak District where we live. So again, I'll pop in a picture of where it was before I started working on it for Whip Go, because it's not very big. This is where it is now. It's very sweet, and it isn't, that is the full size of it. So this is the bottom, and then it is literally just that. So it's not very big. This is on, oh, I should have said Reaching Skyward is on Zweigart 32 count Belfast linen in platinum. This is 32 count Zweigart Murano even weave in just white. So I think when this gets called a second time, because it's only been called the once so far on my Whip Go, it could really be a finish. I mean, there is quite a bit of back stitch, if you can see on there. I mean, it needs it, and I don't mind back stitch. I'm quite happy to do it, but obviously there's obviously all of this to fill in. And do the people and then the back stitch. So, but it might do because it's like it's not very big. Yeah, that's that one. And where am I going to put that? Okay. So that was the Whip Go whips, and then I've worked on 3 other whips during June as well. So I don't think these are in any particular order. So one of them was Schoolgirl Lessons by Little House Needleworks. Somi, Sarah and Flossie Sews and Grows, Sarah and Sally, are doing 50 new starts for their 50th birthdays this year. Fun for 50 Sal 2024, something like that. I'll pop the hashtag on the screen. And one of their choices was this little chart. So they started it, they've finished it, and so did various other people that joined in, but because I've got so many other things to do, I haven't finished mine. So I did work on it, but only a tiny little bit. So I'll try and put a before picture in, actually, from when you guys last saw it, if I've got one. And that's where it is now. So the eagle-eyed amongst you will think, oh, that house looks a bit long. I started the house up here on the chimneys, and I missed a whole row in the roof, and I was about here on the rest of the house when I realised. So I was like, I'm not undoing all of that. So basically I had to add a row in here and here and make the door longer to make it come down, because I'd already done this and all the tree. So it either I had to rip it all out and start again, or I had to fudge it. So it's fudged. And I will have to add a row into her skirt as well as we come down here into her dress. The skirt part of her dress will have an extra row in it as well to make her stand on the ground as well. But I think if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. It's not made a massive difference. So yeah, it's not a very big one, but it's still not done. Then also I worked on Seaside Tiny Town, which is this one. So many nice little motifs, and the colours are nice. So this is a stitch along Seaside TT Sal. I'll put it over the screen as well, with various other people, including Charlie. Again, I'll link everyone that's in the Sal below. And this is where I am with mine. So not quite halfway really, but it's looking good. And the seagulls and the crab haven't got their eyes either yet. Now this is on 32 count linen. Might be beautiful beige, it might not. I'll put it on the screen. And I'm just using my own colours that I've just randomly pulled out, some Anchor, some DMC, and just thought, oh, that looks about the right colour for that rock, that looks about the right red for the stripes. I've not converted anything. In the chart it actually gives Classic Colourworks and Weeks Dye Works as the main, what they've used, and there is a DMC conversion. So you could use the DMC, or you could look up the DMC numbers if you wanted to use Anchor and compare and convert them that way. But I didn't do any of that. I just did it by eye from the picture, and I'm really pleased with it so far. I think the colours are good. That's Seaside Tiny Town. And then the last whip that I worked on is The Dreaming of Summer Sal, which is by Claire from Love Poppet. And it's a 5-part Sal. I'm up to date as in parts 1, 2 and 3. Part 4 literally came out on Thursday, 2 days ago. So, and I haven't started that yet, but otherwise I am up to date. It's so lovely. I haven't got a cover picture because we don't really get one. It's more of just really the chart that you can see. If I can find something that shows the next part, then you'll be able to see what I'm going to be doing. But basically this is where mine is at now, parts 1, 2 and 3. So part 1 was all this bit here with the sunflowers and the tulips and the cow parsley. Part 2 was the lovely cottage and these little flowers down here. And then part 3 were the daisies and the hollyhocks up this side. Part 4, we're coming over here for more beautiful flowers, and then there's some insects, there's some butterfly, there's a butterfly, some bees, and I think there's a couple of, or at least one, flying ladybirds, but I'm going to change mine to bees. I've got a bit of a thing about ladybirds when they fly. I feel like when you see a ladybird, if you go, if you were near a ladybird and you kind of go, oh, look, a little cute ladybird. For me, they always fly up at my face, and I can't cope with that, even though they're small. I just find them a bit. So I'm going to change my flying ladybirds to bees. I know. But the colours in this are just so beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And again, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted this beautiful needle minder. And that is by Charlie Feathers. I will link her Ko-fi shop below. She makes the best floss drops, beautiful needle minders that are really good, really strong, all hand drawn and hand doodled and hand painted. She makes ring bling. There's all sorts. You really should go and just have a little browse in her shop, and if you feel like buying something, go right ahead. But yeah, yeah, just lovely. So I thought that was a good one to put on there. Okay, so that's all the whips. The numbers, the whip go numbers have been called for July. They are 6 and 23, I want to say. So for me, they are a bit out of date, but the coronation emblem, I haven't got it here. Can I reach it? No, I don't even know where it is. I'll pop a picture in. So coronation emblem design that I bought from Etsy, and Bethany, my now daughter-in-law, and I started it, I think on Coronation Day, like May the 5th or something, like last year, when the Queen was still with us. And Bethany's finished hers, but I didn't. So yeah, so that's my first one. And then the second one is Moo. Again, I'll put a picture in, which is the brown cow with a tongue out from by Bothy Threads. I call her Marigold. So a lot of, and that's been put aside, I think, because it's just a lot of brown stitching. So it's not that interesting, but I do want to get worked on it and get it finished. I don't want to just leave it. So that's my next 2 whip go numbers that I'll be working on this month. Let's do some haul. Actually, let's do plans, and then I know, because I know a lot of people aren't so bothered about seeing the haul section. If I tell you my plans, and then I can show you the haul, and for anybody that doesn't want to wait around for that, then that's fine. So I've got quite a few plans for July. Quite a few new starts planned. I've got a weekend away. I want to do something for Jolly July, Christmas in July, and I've got a big stitch retreat at the end of July. So quite a busy stitchy month, I think. So I'll try and do it in a little bit of an order. Michelle from Mama Loves UGB is doing a Sal stitch along, although she said it's probably going to be more of a start along. Her words, because you all know what I'm like with stitch alongs, I never keep up. So but a Sal basically of strawberries. So not necessarily strawberry patterns, but patterns that you make into a strawberry like this. I'll pop the hashtag across the screen. It's going to be hashtag stitch strawberries for Wimbledon. So it starts on the 1st of July, the first 2 weeks of July, which is when Wimbledon is going to be on, the tennis tournament. And Michelle's plan is to see how many strawberries like this or similar designs from other designers she can get finished in that 2 weeks. I'm just doing this one. So hands-on design, strawberry. And this is from the Berry Basket series. There are more. I think there's a blueberry one and maybe a couple of others, but I just like the colours in this one. I think it's so pretty. It's very summery. So I'm going to start that. It should get finished really within that time, but you know, shiny things come along, we'll see. And like I said, I have lots of plans. So I'm doing mine on 32 count Belfast raw linen, which is called for, I believe, and with the DMCs, which are those there. Beautiful colours. So this chart comes with the chart, obviously, and the threads, the kit, you know, everything you need to know, but it also comes with full instructions of how to make your strawberry with a template to make the shape and everything. And it does call for 32 count linen, so which is my go-to. So because I was a bit worried, oh, it's probably be on 40 count or something like that, so the template won't be the right size for me, I'll have to resize it, but it isn't. It is based on working it on 32 count linen, and then the template and the instructions on how to actually make it. You don't get anything with it, it's not a kit, so you don't get any of the top or anything. You'd have to do that yourself. No idea how that's going to happen, but if I can get the strawberry stitched, at least that'll be good. So that's the 1st of July. Then on the 6th of July, I'm going to start this, which is My Stitching Time by Waxing Moon Designs. So Emma Shepherd, Emma Stitches on Instagram and YouTube, go check her out, showed this pattern on her most recent Flosstube. And I just, oh my goodness, I've got to have that. It's so true. So it says, my stitching time is sometimes for your safety. Remember that. So I went and grabbed it straight away, and then I messaged Emma and said that I was, or I think I put it on my story actually to say I was going to that I'd been influenced by Emma and that I wanted to start it. So she messaged me and said, oh, you know, do you want to do a sal? So we're going to do a stitch along for this starting on, so next Saturday, the 6th of July. So I'm going to do mine on the called for fabric, which is 32 count. I think they call it Lugana, but Murano even weave in, I'm looking over there because it's over there. What is it called? Does it tell me on here? Azure blue. Yeah. So azure blue. And I'm just going to use the DMC. So they have done it in Weeks Dye Works, which are listed there, but I'm doing mine in the DMC conversion. And it is going to be completely stitched from stash. I had the fabric and all the threads I needed all in stash, so that's a nice easy one. So that's on the 6th. Then on the 7th, which I know it's the day after, I'm going to do another new start, this time with Charlie of Charlie Feathers, and we're going to stitch this cute little cottage. So a friend of Charlie's gave her this whole little kit that came with a magazine. It comes with like a little photo album thing that you can put your stitched design into, and then it's like a little booklet that you can put photos in if you want. Comes with the ribbon to tie it up at the side and the little piece of fabric and the threads, but it didn't have the chart. So we were sort of chatting, and I sort of said, oh, maybe you can work the design out from the picture, because it's not huge, it's not too intricate and so on. And Charlie said, yeah, I should be able to, you know, we'll see how it goes. And then she happened to be browsing the charity shops, and she always finds the best things in her charity shops. And she found this exact same kit in there. So she shared it with me so that I can stitch it with her. So we're going to start this on next Sunday, so the 7th of July. And, you know, I'd like to hope it might even be a start and a finish on the same day if I'm not busy, because it's tiny. But yeah, very cute. And that's that. Then, what else? Just checking my notes. I also want to do Jolly July or Christmas in July. I haven't got a start date plan for this, and it's not a sal or anything, but I want to start Christmas Cat by Barbara Anna Designs. Look at it. I've had this for ages, since it first came out. I loved it straight away, bought it straight away, just haven't got around to stitching it. So if anybody else wants to, is doing Jolly July or Christmas in July and wants to join in and stitch this pattern, let me know and we'll do it together. But yeah, have the threads, and I haven't got the called for fabric because it's a fabric flare that's sort of got writing on, and it's called something like something script. But I think I could only see that you could get it from abroad, so obviously it was going to cost me too much money in shipping and so on. So I've got a piece of 32 count Murano even weave in Basalt Splash, which is like the sort of dark grey with the white spots on. So I'm hoping that that will work with the threads. I haven't done a thread toss on it yet, but I think that should be okay. So that's hopefully a plan for that. Then Sew Me Sarah, each month Sally and Sarah, Flossie Sews and Grows and Sew Me Sarah, do their so many new starts in the month to add to their 50 new starts, and they do one that they do the same, but all the others are they just choose their own, so they're not necessarily going to be stitching all exactly the same things. And each month they let us know on their Flosstube what they're going to be doing the following month. So Sarah had put up like a list you could screenshot of starting this on this day, this on this date, and so on, so that if you wanted to join in with any of them, you can see what they're going to be doing, she's going to be doing, and then you can join in. And Sally always tells us what she's going to do as well. So again, if you think, oh, actually I want to do that particular chart that Sally's doing, I'll join her and do that. So Sarah, one of hers for July, I think she's starting on the 29th, I want to say, is this Barbara Anna Designs pattern called Stitchingly Ever After. Now, I'd never ever seen this design before. It's probably because it's from 2013, I think it is. So it's an old one. Now, I absolutely love the house, love the lady, love all these little designs, but I really, really don't like the tree. I just thought it's a big hunk of brown in the middle, just not keen. So I've left it over there because it's chart only, so I can't really show you. But basically, I had a massive Blue Peter moment and printed out the chart more than once and cut out each of the motifs that I liked and rearranged them on a separate piece of paper and stuck them down with sellotape to make my own design. So basically, I'm going to do the house on the left. I'm going to do it more of a wide sort of strip of the designs with the house and the lady and the birdhouse. So there's a birdhouse there in the tree on a stick. So I'm going to do mine on the ground, not that tall, obviously, but so with a longer stick. I've picked out, you know, the sort of pincushion and this little bit here with the houses and the little birds and stuff. So I'm going to do most of the motifs, if not all, but just not like that. And like I say, I can't show you a photo because it's, or a picture, it's just the chart pieces sellotaped to a bigger sheet of paper. But that's, so yeah, so I'm going to join Sarah, but my version of this at the end of the month. Then also this month, not that it's stitchy related, but I will be taking stitching with me. We're going, so if anybody knows of anywhere to visit, we're going to Whitby. I've never been to Whitby before. My husband is doing a bike packing event. Basically, you carry all your stuff with you on your bicycle, and it's a pre-arranged route. It's not a race, but it's an event. They get all their meals and that kind of thing. So I'm going up with him, and I shall just stay in a B&B nearby while he goes off cycling and camping overnight and all that. So I'll have a couple of days to wander around Whitby. So if anybody knows of anywhere that, you know, is a must-see or a stitchy shop or anything like that, then you know, do let me know in the comments or message me or email me. My email address will be below. And I'd like to hear about that. So I'll definitely be taking some stitching. I don't know what yet, but yeah, looking forward to that. And then at the end of July, it's Big Stitch. Yay! I'm really excited for Big Stitch. So if you haven't heard of Big Stitch, where have you been? It's a huge event that's happening the 27th and 28th of July at the Magna Science Park in Rotherham, or near Rotherham. There's going to be people from all over the world attending, and there's also going to be lots and lots of designers such as Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery, the designer Manny Di Donna, Primitive Hair. There's others as well. I think XG Designs is going to be there with fabric. I can't list them all because I just can't remember everyone. There are some of them, so those are going to be there. Then there are other designers who have designed charts that they're perhaps not going to be there, but they have designed charts that are exclusive for the event for now. Obviously they will come out within as part of their designs further down the line, but for a select period of time they will be just exclusive to the event. And you will only be able to buy them. We've been given pre-orders, we can pre-order them, but that's only available to people with a ticket. I believe that there are still tickets available, so if you look for Big Stitch, I'll try and put a link below. If you want to go, you can go for one day, you can go for the whole weekend, it's up to you. I'm going for the whole weekend, and like I say, I can't wait. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So yeah, that's at the end of the month. Okay, I think that's it for plans. I think that's enough, really, don't you? My whip number is going to be ever increasing, but there we are. That is what it is, isn't it? So I'm going to move on to Happy Mail and Haul. So if you don't want to hear about what I've been given or gifted or bought, then I'll say goodbye now. And if you're hanging around, then let's see what I've got. So the first thing that's on the top of the pile, so it's in no particular order, is Happy Halloween. So Historical Sampler Company. This is going to be their next stitch along. Happy Halloween. This is the kit. It starts on the 8th of July. And they very kindly have gifted me the kit. So in the kit, which arrived yesterday, I think, you get a piece. You can choose between linen or Aida, and I chose the linen option. So it's a really nice swag got piece of linen, 32 count. Don't know what the colourway is. It's a bit like mushroom, maybe. It's a little tiny bit darker than platinum. So it might be like a mocha or a mushroom or something like that. And then all the gorgeous Halloween coloured threads. You've got the lovely sort of oranges, purples. Really, really nice. And then the chart will arrive via PDF on the 8th so that I can join in. So they contacted me and asked me if I would like to join them, and they would like to send me the kit, which is really, really kind of them. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to start it. So not long. They are still available. So if you want to get yourself the kit or the PDF downloads, hop over to their website. I will pop a link below and you can join in as well. They did do gift boxes that contained floss drops and needle minder and various other goodies as well as the kit. But they are all sold out, unfortunately. But you, like I say, you can still get the full kit. You can still get just the PDF if you've already got your own kind of fabrics in mind. You've already got threads and you don't really want the kit. You can just get the PDF, so sign up for that. If you want to see the contents of the gift box, although you can't get one, it's still kind of nice to see what was in it. Sherry of Just So Sherry on her Flosstube did an unboxing video just recently. So I'll link her below and you can go and check that out if you want to. But yes, I'm very grateful to Historical Sampler Company for that, and I'm looking forward to it. Then I have got some other happy mail, but it's buried in this box. So we'll go to the top of the box, which is haul first. So I got this lovely bag. Strawberry bag. I got it on Amazon. And when we were away last month with various friends near Oswestry in Wales, near Wales, one of the ladies there, Caroline, had got this bag. So we were all like, oh, we need that bag. Because basically it's a fabric. It's not vinyl. It is fabric. And then it unzips like a case, I guess, really. I've unzipped it already. And then it's got lots of pockets. So you've got this one here. But then it's almost got like pages. So you've got pockets on both sides of that, vinyl pockets. And then the bottom has got places to put things in under the elastic strapping, or you can just lie your projects in the bottom. So it's quite deep. And basically, yeah, like I say, it's just like a little multi-project case, really. I just thought it'd be really good for taking to retreats, for taking multiple bits and bobs. Can all get zipped into there. And it's all under control. So love that. Like I say, that was Amazon. The brand is Hobby Gift. So I'll try and pop a link for that below as well. Then I also got from Canny Little Fox a home case. I absolutely love this fabric. Look at it. So she does a drop on Instagram once a month where she sells project cases that she's made. Now, some of them are the home case, which is this one. I'll show you inside in a minute. Some of them are the multi-pocket cases, which are a bit like that. They've got almost like pages in, so you can put multiple projects in, as the name suggests. And she had this fabric on a multi-pocket in the last sale, but I wanted a home case. So I just messaged her and said, did she have any more of that fabric? And if so, could she make a home case? And she said she'd check and get back to me. She did, and then here we are. So she sewed this up for me, messaged me when it was ready, and there we go. So it's got the elastic closure, and then inside looks like this. So this side, can't see myself now. This side has got sort of little pockets, and then a little bit for your threads, bits to hang your scissors or your threads from up here, and then a pocket behind, so I've got fabrics in there ready for the other La Finestra del Tempo months, and the charts are behind there. And then this is a zipped vinyl pocket to keep the actual project in. Now size wise, let me just grab June. It will fit, it's all going horribly wrong, it will fit this nudge. Is this a size 2? A number 2. Pop it in and show you. It will fit a number 2 nudge hoop in there if you wanted to, because I just leave these in the hoop because the whole piece is going to fit in that shape. It's not going to, I don't need to move the hoop to stitch it. So you can store it like that, and it's absolutely beautifully made. The sewing is amazing. There's just everything about her cases are wonderful. So the only way you can get them is if you follow her on Instagram. And like I say, she does a monthly drop of what she's got for sale. She has done some vinyl front project bags, ordinary project bags, and little notions pouches and stuff. She's very approachable. She's really lovely. So if you saw something and it was sold, you know, drop her a message and say, you know, do you have any more of that fabric? If she has, she will accommodate you. At the end of the day, you know, it's a sale for her, and you might be able to get what you want. So yeah, highly, highly recommend the Canny Little Fox project pouches. Then I also got this. Look at this fabric. I mean, is that just not the cutest thing? So this is actually a bobbin holder. So this is it's off Etsy, Creations by Carol GB. And again, I'll link below. And these are all little tiny vinyl front pockets for if you bobbinate your threads for your project, you pop your bobbins in there and stick them in your bag. And if anybody's been here before knows, I don't bobbinate. I either use floss drops or the Floss Away little bags. So why did you buy it, you might say? Well, I want to organise my needle minders. And if you put them all in a box or a tin, they all sort of stick together like magnets do. And I just wanted somewhere where they could all be but separate and I could see what I've got. So I'm hoping this will be the perfect solution. One in each pocket, sorted. So hopefully next time you see me, I will have sorted out all my needle minders and you'll be able to see them in here. But again, this is really well made, really nicely sewn. You could choose different designs. She had the backing fabrics were different. You could choose various ones. But I just thought those little gnomes or gonks or whatever you want to call them were just super cute. So yeah, so that is that. Then from, I should have looked up the lady's name. I don't know the lady's name, but her Etsy shop is XX, so the letters XX, stitched up XX. And she put on her Instagram that she'd got some little pouches that she was going to pop into her Etsy shop. And there was 3 of them, a dark blue, a sort of greeny, not teal really, like a minty green and a pink. And I was straight over to the Etsy shop and I bought 2. So I bought the minty green one for Bethany, my daughter-in-law. So I'll have to pop a picture in of that up here because that's been gifted to her already. And I got the pink, and they are fish pouches. Oh, look at it. So it's got the zipper pull is basically the fish tail. And it's so beautifully sewn. It's just lovely. And then inside, just plain pink in mine. You know, it sits on the table. You could put a retreat. It would be perfect for all your little bits and bobs, your scissors, your spare needles, needle minders, everything and anything. I mean, it's just lovely. So yeah, there was, I think she still has one in her Etsy shop. I'll link it below, which is the navy blue version. But I love pink, as you know. And the other one I just thought was perfect for Bethany, the sort of minty green colour. So yeah, my little pink fish. So that's that. What else do we have in this box of stuff? So I've shown you this before, this book, Happy Days by Kyoko Maruka, or Gira, as she is known. The design is known as on Creative Poppy. You can get some of her designs on there. And Charlie Feathers did a flip through in one of her floss tubes of this book. So if you want to see all the designs in it, hop over to Charlie's floss tube and you can literally see her go through it page by page, design by design. It is a beautiful book. I literally need, you know, a million more hours in the day because I want to stitch nearly everything. But I had already sort of singled out that I want to stitch this one. Is that showing you? So Girl with the Dove. And I just love it. I just think it's so pretty. There's another one that's similar, on a similar thing, called Stylish Girl. She looks like that. But this one in particular I really, really liked. And I have shown you before, I'm sure, to say I really want to stitch it. On Instagram, a lady, Rebecca Jane, is Lofty Makes. Again, I'll link her below. She recently showed a photo of her finish of it and her fully finish of it, and she'd framed it. And I commented to say how lovely it was and how perfect the frame was for the design, the colour and the style. It was just really, really nice. And then we had a few messages backwards and forwards, and I asked her where she got the frame from. So I just blatantly copied her and bought the exact same frame, even though I haven't even started this design yet. She'd stitched hers on either 16 or 32 count. I think 16 count Ada. So I'm going to do mine on 32. So it'll be the same size when it's finished. So I knew that whatever size frame she'd bought, I needed to get the same size. So I was just sort of asking her, like, well, what size did you get? Where did you get it from? So she very graciously told me she got it from the range, and it's the 6x4 size frame. So I hot-footed it over to there, bought 2 of them, just because then I thought if I do the other lady, she'll fit in that as well. So this is the frame. So it's this sort of lovely grey colour, and then it's got this sort of raw wood looking sort of inlay. And it was just perfect. What I'll do is I have spoken to her via message and asked for her permission. So I'll put a photo in here of her finish framed in this frame. And it's so beautiful. It's just like the perfect frame. So totally copied that, and just need to get her stitched and into that frame. So more plans. Might not be July though, but yeah, so I couldn't resist that. Yeah, because it just was perfect. Then also in here I have, so Rachel, who is Talking Dog Stitcher on Instagram and on Flosstube, has recently opened her online needlework store. I'm sure you're aware. I've talked about it. Lots of Flosstubers have talked about it. Rachel's talked about it on her Instagram. So that's all open now. You can go shop. So I did. Couldn't resist having a little shop on there. I will link the shop below. Great, fast shipping and service, just perfect. And she has got a section on there, so if you want something and you can't find it, pop her a message. She'll see if she can get it from her suppliers. So yeah, she's great, and I'm really pleased that she's got her shop open, and that I've seen lots of Instagram posts and so on where people have shown what they've bought. So it's really nice to see. So I didn't go mad, but I bought myself 3 little charts. So I got the Heart in Hand series of tiny towns. There are lots of different ones. So obviously I'm doing the Seaside Tiny Town, but there's Blooming Tiny Town, Christmas Tiny Town, Halloween, Harvest Tiny Town. There's a bee themed one, Honey Tiny Town. And then when you get those, there's usually a design that's called a frill, which is like a little tiny design either from it or matching it that you can get as well. So although I haven't got Christmas Tiny Town or Harvest Tiny Town, I really, really liked the little frills. So this is Christmas Frill. Look at that little cute car. So yeah, really, really like that. They suggest Classic Colourworks and Weeks Dye Works threads for that. But the DMC is listed in as a conversion. And they've stitched it on 32 count doubloon linen, which I think is Picture This Plus. But yeah, so lovely. So I've got that one. And I got the Harvest Frill. So nice. The colours in that are just gorgeous. So on the back, they actually show you that they've finished them into like little cubes, which is quite sweet. And then I also got this. So this is Blackbird Designs, Octopus's Garden. Now it's part of the Magical Mystery Tour series from the Beatles songs. And I haven't done any of the others. I don't own any of the others. But this one pops up often enough on people's floss tubes or Instagram that they've stitched it or they are stitching it. And it always makes me sing the song in, I won't. It always makes me sing the song in my head. And I just think it's a really almost weird song really, but I really like it. And then, so I was just browsing across Rachel's store and saw it and I just thought, oh yeah, let's just have that. So that's Octopus's Garden. Then I was doing a little shop on Peakside Needleworks for some threads. But you know when you do that, you know how like other things just sort of leap into your basket, or you feel like, oh, I can't just buy a handful of threads. What else can I get? Well, I had one of those moments. So I won't bore you with the threads. They're just the DMC for various projects. But this fell in the basket as well. So this is Plum Street Samplers Noah's Christmas Ark, Hyenas and Sheep. So I love a sheep. So that design there, go with the right one, yeah, with those little sheep. Oh, it's just lovely. A little Christmassy small. But then the other design is hyenas. I mean, hyenas. I mean, I guess they needed to go in the ark. And they would have had Christmas in there, wouldn't they? So I just thought that was really cute. So that hopped in the basket and here it is. Then I saw, did somebody share this? I think somebody shared it or shared something by the same designer, Daily Magic Stitch. And then I went down a whole rabbit hole looking at their stuff. And I got this, which is called Tea Meditation. She's so pretty. And you can get her with different colour hair. So she's blonde haired, but you can get a dark hair. So the same pattern, basically, the same girl, the same chart, but with dark hair or with a ginger sort of hair, like an auburn, orangey auburn sort of colour hair. So pretty. So yeah, I've got her. And then I got a magazine, an old magazine. When is it from? Does it say? From eBay. So Charlie had bought, I think, the same magazine, I think, in the charity shop, and she'd shown me the cover and some of the charts inside. And I thought I need that. So this says that the copyright date is the year 2000, so it's pretty old. So this is Cross Stitch Gallery. And I just really, really like this design here with like the poppies in the field. And this lovely sort of sunset design with the tree. And then Charlie had shown me various others that were in there. I mean, look at the kingfisher here. So I popped over to eBay and got myself a copy. And there's some more of the designs that are in there on the back. There's some sort of butterflies. So yeah, some really, really, really nice things in there. So I'm glad I got myself a copy of that. And then I asked Charlie if she could make me an extra couple of floss drops. So I've got a set of her Christmas floss drops and I wanted to use them for my Christmas cat. but I think the set is 14 and I needed 16. So I asked her if she could make me some more, which I was happy to pay for. She very, very kindly made me 2 extras and with no charge. So these are the 2 new ones. Look at that Christmas sheep. They are so, so cute. Her designs are just gorgeous. Her floss drops are brilliant. Yeah. So super happy to have those. So now I've got perfect amount to put the threads on for Christmas Cat. So that's what we'll be doing with those. And then I messaged her and asked her also if she would make me some needle minders with specific designs on. So basically custom needle minders. So I wanted a sheep, a bear and a rubber duck. So this is my sheep. Love it. This is the little bear. Look at his little face. And rubber ducky. Yeah. So she did those. I did pay for those. I commissioned them, asked her to make them, and then paid accordingly. They were not gifted. Along with the gifted floss drops, Charlie went to the charity shop and found this that was sold as a scarf. So it is sort of overlocked on the edges, sold as a scarf, but it is actually a linen that you could stitch on. So she cut some off and kindly sent me quite a big piece, to be fair. Kindly sent me some as well to be able to stitch on. So I haven't actually, let me fold that back up. So it's really beautiful, like blues, and then there's sort of darker bits. It's really, really nice. Now I haven't actually put a tape measure on it and counted, but I would say, I mean, it's really, really soft, really floppy, if you like. But I would think it's probably, might even be like a 28 or 30 count, something like that. Like I say, I haven't actually measured it up, but it's so nice. So that was really kind of Charlie to give me a piece of that. I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet. I wonder if actually I'm stitching ever after might fit on it. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. The colours are just lovely. So that was really kind. And that is it. The box is empty. Just checking. That is it. Quite a bit of haul again. And lots of plans. Quite a lot of new starts and bits and bobs going on in July. So yeah, we'll see how that all goes. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed what you see, please like and subscribe. That would be great. Share if you want. That would also be great. If you have any comments to make or questions or anything at all, pop a comment below. Email me. My email address will be in the box below, or message me on Instagram. That's always an easy way to get hold of me. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But it's been great spending time with you today, and I'll see you all next time. Happy stitching!